Good morning, collective. Man, the energy is amazing today. I wasn't sure if I was going to do a reading. I started to get nervous because I made the mistake of looking at my videos and seeing that people are watching them, which is I guess to be expected. And as a part of this, and part of my lesson, and a part of the lesson for many right now, which is to be bold and unafraid and unconcerned by how few or how many are paying attention to you at any given moment, and to follow the calling of the heart regardless. So I just want to say thank you. I'm so grateful to be walking this path in this time with all of you. So thank you. And I am truly awed and inspired by you. The energy is tremendous. I can feel it. There's a great amount of excitation in the field, and that can, depending on the resistance of an individual and their circumstances, can play out as agitation, nervousness, actual excitement, and I'm feeling a bit of all of it, but hope is predominant. And the joyfully squealing children and train horns would seem to support that, I would say. So it feels there is a lot of desire for forward motion, which is a blanket statement and has been the general sensation for the past, 2 weeks at least. It's just built and built and built as the eclipse has dragged on, as this particular day has drawn closer, and the 11/11 portal, which is the energetic new year, and which is the beginning of the age of Aquarius, because it was never going to happen overnight, right? Everything happens in a cycle, in a certain order, but it has to begin at some point, and it's beginning. 10 years from now is the projected start date of Age of Aquarius, so I think it makes all intuitive and logical sense that 10 being the number of a cycle, this is sort of the transition into the transition into the Age of Aquarius as established in full. So the next 10 years will be tremendous for all of humanity and the earth. And it's a really beautiful time. And I'm so excited for all of you to experience it, myself included, because I am you. And it is beginning. So let us feel what the universe has to say. I seek to speak to the collective, for with the collective, because I am collective, one of you, and many selves of my own. And I just want to ask the universe what it would like to share with us today on this most blessed and beautiful and auspicious of dawns. So as always, the cards are pre-shuffled from the last time. The message is always up to interpretation, particularly the more energies that tap into these readings. However, I think that's the best part, because you, viewer, are called to use your own intuition, not to listen to me or anyone else to tell you what's happening in your life, or why, or how it's going to play out, or what you should do. Listen to yourself. Pay attention to the messages and things that stand out to you, because those things are speaking to your soul the same way that your soul brought you to view this. So, let us begin. Base energy is one of balance, bringing into harmony within the self and without, energetically, because all things are energy, and emotionally in particular. Even though these are pentacles, there's an understanding that to be truly grounded, there must be balance. And let's see. Beneath that, yes, crossed by Page of Cups. New hope, new love, new desire. It's new, it's fresh, it's a little unsure of itself, but it's beautiful. It's the full spectrum. It's not one shade or one color. It's not caged in deception any longer. And it doesn't want to wait around any longer either. It's tired of watching. It's tired of sitting, waiting, wishing. Seven of Swords crossed by Nine of Pentacles. It wants the real thing for itself. True luxury. Not material, but spiritual, emotional, and material, because on every level abundance is promised, but it begins within. True abundance is not born of pentacles, it's born of cups, right? And that flow expresses out in infinite ways. Beneath that we have the Eight of Swords. Crossed, and so bookended in a sense, although we can continue. Eight of Swords crossed by Nine of Pentacles. Same discussion as Seven of Swords, or excuse me, 10 of Pentacles. Wow, we have a direct escalation there from 9 to 10. Realization that we've trapped ourselves in what seemed like a beautiful life, perhaps, on paper, again, externally. But there's the realization that there's nothing actually holding us down. There's nothing trapping us here but our own constructs, our own anxiety, our own continuous debating of what the path forward is. And the path forward has become decisively clear. We're tired of weighing all of the options. What is risky versus safe? What is desired versus not? We know. And you have to know some of what you don't want to truly know what you do want. That's not a bad thing. Resistance is not a bad thing. Knowing what you don't want is not a bad thing. Light loves the dark. It loves knowing that dark is something that it isn't. It loves the contour and the shape and the outline and the poignancy that darkness gives to light. And that is the power of the Emperor in balance. You see, divine masculines, many of you are divine masculines. There are some who are divine feminine among you, and you trust your intuition. You clicked on this video without a second thought, and we're excited for it. The divine masculines feel a little more agitation and nervousness. But they're coming home to intuition as the geese are speaking. They're following their hearts, they're following not just instinct, but intuition. They're becoming balanced. The Emperor is very patient. He is very patient and does not move out of impulse. But the Emperor is tired of being in 8 Swords. He's realized that there's only so much deliberation and thought that you can put into a thing before you're just holding yourself back. And there needs to be some kind of motion forward to return to balance. And that's the desire. The Emperor is bookending the desire for balance here. The balanced Emperor. That is not an easy feat to achieve spiritually, souls. To balance your divine masculine aspect when it is the dominant polarity. I gotta tell you, us divine feminines, we got a little bit easier go of things, in the sense of tuning in and tuning within is more natural to us. It makes sense. Now, of course, we still have to balance those aspects within. The masculine is every bit as virtuous and valid and important as our divine feminine, and they deserve to operate together in balance. You drive your own chariot, right? In the tarot, the divine emperor is the driver of the chariot. But he's got to be balanced to make that motion. And that means he's also got to accept the feminine within himself, just as the feminine, the empress, needs to accept and balance the masculine in herself in order to come out of this internal space and make change, express in the world, and be unafraid to be herself. So I think that's a really beautiful energy, and just to show underneath it is the Wheel of Fortune. When the Empress and Emperor work together, they drive forward the Wheel of Fortune. One hand of each on the reins of the chariot untethers the soul from the turning of the wheel of negative karma and tethers it with intention to the Wheel of Fortune, to the blessed path forward. So, beautiful energy collective. And yes, we will take these cards. Let's draw 3. 6 of Wands, 9 of Wands, and the Knight of Cups as well. Beautiful. I mean, this is tremendous rebirth. This is the overarching theme of balance. Look, butterflies. Inherently a symbol of rebirth. And this butterfly, doing the internal work, had withdrawn from the world, had kept its light inside, right? You see how it's black and white? This one is bright, beautiful. It's got blue and green in it. The opening of the heart space, which is a big deal right now, and also the speaking of truth, which is also a big deal right now. That's what everyone wants to do, is to speak their truth. We're coming into ourselves, our authentic selves, those that are home in the heart and comfortable speaking our truths, and we're emerging. It's been a long and somewhat arduous journey for the Earth to reach this point. I mean, look at all of human history. Every one of our ancestors is cheering us on right now, applauding, screaming that this is what we've worked for, all of us, every incarnation of every soul in every lifetime. The angels are cheering too. I don't know if you can hear the wind chimes, but that's Metatron's Legion saying, yes, yes, go to the light. You're right there. Look at, you're emerging. You're emerging from this tangled patch of brambles. The path that you thought was lost was never lost. You just couldn't see it through the thickness of the weeds, but you were on it. You were on it the whole time, and you're right there. You're right there. Not just a page, getting stronger. Knight of Cups. You're ready to share this love. You're ready to share yourself authentically with the world. You're so excited, you're jumping out of my hands. That's what's going on. So, you're so excited. You just want to let it all out. That's what I'm feeling. I mean, could see that as an interruption, but it was a tree care truck. I'd like to point that out. A desire to return to the roots. I feel 6 of Cups energy from that truck. So thank you, truck. Let's just ask, why is the 6 of Wands here? Because we have 6 of Pentacles. We want to give. We want to give to ourselves. We want to give to each other. We want to give to this new sense of growth. We want to feed our own growth, individually, collectively. Why 6 of Pentacles? I love this card. Because we're learning temperance collectively. We're learning how to balance again. We're learning that fire and water don't need to contrast. They can be used together to temper. That resistance is not necessarily a bad thing. That heat is not a bad thing. That sometimes that stirring of emotion within serves to transform. A blade is tempered this way by repeated heating and quenching and heating and molding and quenching. This is temperance. This is the art of spiritual growth, of emotional growth, of transmutation. And we're not just transmuting emotions anymore, because we're learning everything is energy and everything can be transmuted, including the entirety of our being and our existence. We have more geese coming. Why is the 9 of Wands here? We've held on to this cup for a long time. A long time, souls. The Ace of Cups is the cup of pure love, but it's also the cup that is not given. Sometimes, oftentimes. It's the cup held by the King of Cups, who is fearful of being vulnerable. It's surrounded by truth energy. It wants to be spoken, and it's lit by will. There's a tremendous desire to no longer withhold this cup, but to to express our love for ourselves, for each other, for meaningful connections. Why is the Ace of Cups here? Because we're ready to take that leap, whether or not we be called fools for it. We don't care. We're ready for a new adventure. We want a new beginning on all fronts. We want to start this whole thing over, and we can. Because the past is the past. It doesn't exist. The only thing that exists is the now moment. That is factual. That is truth. Everything moves in cycles, time, energy, and those smaller cycles only overwrite themselves. But when you make the decision to leap to a new timeline, to a new cycle, a new wave of energy, you're no longer stuck in that lower cycle of repetition. You have the chance to expand and expand in perfect ratio. The Fibonacci numbers, the golden spiral, golden ratio. That's how it works. We're ready for it. Roots, solar plexus, and sacral chakra, which all have been wounded deeply in both feminine and masculine. The feminine particularly has suffered wounding to the sacral chakra, and the masculine to the root chakra. They both have some of each, and everybody's got heart wounds. But we're opening up those heart wounds and discovering how to heal. I love that. Why is the Son of Cups here? Ace of Pentacles. Desiring a fresh start, a true offer, one that isn't surrounded by anything phony. You don't need more than one pentacle to make a real offer. You just need the one that matters. And within every tree, this is the expression of this card as given in the guidebook. Within every redwood lives the seedling from which that redwood sprouted. The very center, the center ring. That's the one that matters. All of this external layering we have built up around ourselves, the wall, everything, it's never erased the heart of us. And the heart is all we need to make that offer, to find new growth, to expand. Why is the Ace of Pentacles here? The Hierophant. The key's within. That's what we've learned. That's what we're learning, collective souls. The key is the heart, and the heart of you, and that which has always been within you. Always. Not something somebody gave you or taught you, not something you found out there. Not this video, not me, not any other tarot reader or, you know. See, we stumble on words. We're all the same. We're all exactly the same, and we're all connected. And the key for our own joy and power and knowledge and intuition and genius, it's always been within. And we're starting to see that. That is truly beautiful. And I'd like to pull 3 more just to see any other messages from the universe. What would the universe like to share? 2 of Wands. King of Pentacles. Significant card in this cycle and energy. Ah, yes. And the 9 of Swords. call for forward movement. A call to move together. To take that step. Start that new journey. To release anxiety. Release your fear. Be the fool. There's no more room for this. We're cutting this out. This is the old paradigm. This is the future. The rainbow buck. Artistic, creative, nurturing. The most feminine of masculine aspects in the tarot. The most in touch with his own emotions. And giving, actually. Very generous. More so than the King of Cups, certainly. Not as surface level, less materialistic than the King of Wands. Far less harsh than the King of Swords. I would call him the most balanced of kings, and the one who gathers the others into, excuse me, throat chakra, into balance to become the Emperor. And there's a desire for collaboration, for movement forward. There's nervousness about speaking the truth. But we're done with nervousness. We're done with that. We're speaking the truth anyway, because you know what's waiting is stability, is something real, is something beautiful, full spectrum, full color, community, union, divine union, sacred love. Okay, relationships that are equivalent in give and take, not because of some defined rules, not because of rigidity, but because they're flexible, because they're balanced, because there's an even flow of desire. And that applies, again, to all relationships, business, friendship, family, but most certainly romantic. Divine union and sacred love are the themes of the age of Aquarius. Sacred sexuality. True love as most people have only dreamed of and wished for in many, many lifetimes, but it's becoming real. That's what Venus is here to help us achieve. That's what I am here to help the Earth achieve. And it shall be so. Because I trust my intuition, and I trust yours. You are all high priestesses, every one. Every single one. I believe that. I believe that beyond the shadow of doubt. It's time to become vulnerable. It's time to admit that you are magnetic and attractive, and not just needing to be concerned, not needing to be concerned with anything on the surface level. Because what you have within is precious, and it need not be guarded. You are powerful. You are powerful. You are powerful. And the relationships we'll be forging in this age are long-lasting. They are long-term. They're for the long haul. Infinity. They're forged in truth, the soul truth. And the rose that's grasped in this lion's mouth is the rose from the Two of Cups. It's a true soulmate connection. Neptune is helping us awaken to this. And it's the one that lasts forever. It's the one that lasts. It's not the one that falls apart. We're seeing how flimsy and unnecessary drama is. We know what true stability looks like. We know what true love looks like. We're taking this journey because we've gone within and we've realized all of these threats held above our heads, all of this, it's not real. It has no real power. Scare tactics only work if you let them, if you let yourself feel afraid. If you're not afraid, if you don't care if you're wrong or right, if you'd rather be happy, then you realize these swords can't touch you. And that is when the lion and the lamb lie together, as they are here. There's also a desire not to sit around anymore. We've had the illumination. The King of Cups is finally ready to give out the Ace of Cups. He's finally ready to stop withholding it. He's realized he's a black swan. He's one of a kind. He is rare and beautiful and deserves to love and be loved. He deserves to share that cup. He deserves to remember his own childhood and dreams and the wishes that he had and never allowed himself the chance to fulfill. He's healing the root chakra, the inner child. And he's ready. He's ready for love. Ooh, baby, he's ready for love. One more card to finish this off. We're building a new earth. We're building new versions of ourselves. We've realized that the tangled webs of deception can be just as easily swept away. And nothing's lost. We don't lose anything. We only stand to gain. Look at the rainbow outline of this. Nothing can go wrong when you choose to follow your heart and your path and step into your future. You can only ever build a better version of yourself and your life. That's really beautiful. All right, I'm feeling one more. We're taking the journey. We're leaving behind the broken cups. There's one web that held broken cups. We're making a new web. We're balancing. That's all I got for you, collective. I think this is fabulous energy. And I want to say congratulations. And if you've made it this far in the video, surely you have learned temperance. And just felt like I had to look at it. If you've made it this far in the video, and even if you haven't, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to tell anybody that their full cup of love is being withheld. It's not. You get it either way. You get it either way. Because that's the promise of this new age. Father of Cups, coming into balance, delivering, finally delivering his Ace of Cups to the Queen. The Queen who gives the full cup every time, always. and she's balancing with her counterpart, within herself and without. Beautiful things are coming, and I hope all of you can feel it. I can feel it radiating in waves, and every day I will hold all of the earth in my heart and wish it for you, because that is my fondest desire. I love you. Have a blessed day, collective, for you are blessed.